Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin by saying Barakatah, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and salutations to the sincere Akim that pushed this truth with no due diligence and sincerity. The least of the flock shall draw them out, and not a real Jew, so called. Yeah, Netanyahu, so called, really real name, not a real Jew. Yeah, has instructed Israel, the state of Israel, that is, to launch attacks, yeah, ballistic attacks on Iran's nuclear facilities. Because basically, long story short, this whole 7 minute 17 video is around what they call Operation Rising Lion when they. Oh man, a play on the conquering lion of Judah, who is Yahweh Shai, evidently. But these devils have taken it and called it Operation Rising Lion. Their attack on Iran's nuclear facilities through ballistic missiles, man, because basically they are trying to prevent Iran from ever having access to nuclear weapons. They killed the another senior Iranian military official, another head in Iran's military, and they've also, in the midst of that, killed civilians. Then this old crusty devil, special kind of devil, special kind of devil, turns up on the news address talking about, oh, our war is not with the people of Iran. We're our ancient peoples. The Iranians and the Israelis will unite. We are just against your wicked leaders and the wicked leaders of your regime. We say we love Iranians. We ain't got no issue with you. Here you can see, I mean, on the apps, whether it be Update or Samsung News, they're basically speaking about the fact that this is the largest and most ferocious attack on Iranian soil from a foreign nation since the 1980s. Yeah, and guess who's at the heart of it? Israel, man. The small hats, man, as we refer to them as, because you see, they're claiming to be us, man. They're claiming to be the people of the Lord. When the scripture tells you that when the Israelites are in the land, the true Israelites, that there will be no more war and everyone will be at peace. But these devils are at the center of every travesty that's going on on the face of the earth right now. Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, and the 45th verse. In America, Donald Trump has, of course, because he's in the pocket of the small hats, and that's ultimately the elite on down, has come out straight and said that America is going to defend Israel. Jeremiah 50 and 45, you know the score. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Jehovah, that he taketh against Babylon and his purposes. So the Lord, as we all know, has a purpose for America to burn, man. America is going to go up in nuclear flames, regardless of their military might, man. It's just a matter of time because you see, Israel's going to draw America out to war. Iran actually has vested interest, man. Russia's got oil deals with Iran. They're not just going to stand by and watch Iran get totally levied, man. This is not going to be a Palestine 2.0. This is going to, how about Shin Al Sharaza, of course. The chip got to come out before things get really dicey, but hey man, you've had over 100 people die through this whole incident. A number of them civilians as well. Iran has just launched a hell hole of let's the best way I can describe it, a hellhole of revenge on Israel. Over 800 missiles and projectiles fired back. Of course, Israel has the dome and that, but the flames are gonna continue fanning, man. And in the midst of that, Babylon, America, yeah, the daughter of Babylon, the USA of A, yeah, is going to get decimated because they're gonna get back at Israel in this war, and they're going to get it from Russia primarily, pursuant to Ezekiel. Yeah, the Lord's gonna put hooks in Russia's jaws and bring them out to war. Magog and Gog, he's gonna put hooks in their jaws and bring them out to a situation where they gotta fight this war, and Russia's going to nuke America as well as America's allies that are eventually gonna turn on them. Yeah, and a number of other associate nations that Russia's gonna be a guide and a lead to. Anyway, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Jehovah that he hath taken against Babylon and his purposes. Yeah. trying to make sure that their houses are established forever, and not trying to make America great, right? Even though the elites are gonna sacrifice America for their purposes that ye have proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Now that reference to the least of the flock drawing them out here is these small hat Israelis, because you see, Israel is nothing but an extension of the Western state. Yeah. Um, Israel is nothing but an extension of the Western army complex in the East. Literally, man. It's literally an extension of the West and the East, well, with these small hats living there. And even them being planted in that land, ultimately, was a setup. The Balfour Declaration was a setup by the small hats backed by the British government. Originally, they were going to put them in Uganda, which was another British colony, which was a British colony, sorry, at the time. But the locals and the people rebelled against it. And they then looked at Israel as their secondary option and ended up placing these devils there. And initially it was with the lie that they were going to cohabitate the place with the Palestinians. And of course, you see what happened over the years. The territory that the Palestinians took just got continually smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, to the point where they're literally scrambling for food right now in Palestine. But like it says here, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. These Israeli devils, man. There was no such good thing as an Israeli Edomite, straight up and down, straight. And that's not anti-Semitic, because we are Shemitic too, man. And the word is Shemitic, not Semitic. Yeah, Shem. Yeah, we come from the line of Shem also. So do the so-called East Indians, Elam. So do the Moabites, the Chinese, the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese. Come on, son. Yeah. But you see, we're dealing with Hebrew Edomites, and hey, they got a forked tongue. They're deceptive devils. But ultimately, they are going to be the ones, man, to usher in World War III. Revelations 11 and 14. The second war was past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. What is the third war that's being referenced here? World War III. And you know how World War III is going to be fought? with fire, with fire, man. Basically, pretty much, man. Fuel and fire, man. It's going to be fought with projectile missiles. It's going to be fought with bombs. It's going it's going to be fought with pretty much, man, long distance ballistic missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. People are going to be out there firing nukes on each other. It's going to be a total meat grinder. Anyone that's going into the Middle East for war is an absolute idiot. But there will be a conscription, man. We don't know exactly how the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to set up this World War III, but we know Israel is going to play a pivotal part naturally, and so is America. But the chip got to come up first. That's the main thing. The chip is going to be out there, and then the World War will kick off. So we know, like, we're not going to wake up next week and be in World War III. Although, I mean, technically speaking, what am I talking about? We already are. Loads of proxy wars and and little skirmishes on the side, but we're not going to be fully fledged in World War III until the chip is out. People are, oh, they're taking it. And once that's done, I mean, come on, like, things are going to start moving super quick. But you see, these small hats are going to pull people out to war, man. They're going to pull out the rest of these nations to war. And this is not going to be traditional warfare. This is going to be nuclear, like I said. Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the wasters to destroy. That is a reference to the Heavenly Father ultimately talking about these nuclear missiles, man. He's given Esau Eden the technology and the know-how to split the atom and cause catastrophic damage, man, with explosive weaponry. Back in the ancient world, the Lord would have given an ancient smith, the technique to build a sharp sword, to quench it in the place it in the fire, to sword smith it, beat the infirmities out of it, sharpen it, test it out, dip it back in the fire, pull it back out, make sure the blade was agile but sharp and firm. Bringing forth a worthy sword. Back in my childhood, I used to watch this program Excalibur about the ultimate sword. You know, the Lord's given Esau Edom, the man of the man of sin, the walking weapon, man. Cain in the reincarnation, the gift of the sword, man. He was blessed with that in Genesis the 25th chapter, and in 2025, going forward, this man has just got a new iteration, a new version of that sword, which in this modern day time is the ICBM nuclear missile, which these small hats are going to use, man, to bring devastation upon the face of the planet Earth. And those missiles, they can't be returned. Once they're shot off, man. You can't just put the what's it called, the reverse button on it, and put the reverse gear on it, and then bring it back and just land it safely. Once those missiles are shot, they're gone, and they're gonna accomplish their purpose, man. They come from a far country, even the ends of the world. Even Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and his weapons of indignation, you see, because the Lord is also going to put his spirit within them, man. And they're going to fuck these devils up. World War III is going to be a real figure. A lot of these different territories are going to get hit, man. Some nations to their ultimate desolation, such as America, and of course Israel's going to get totally wiped off the face of the earth. When we, not essentially like unlivable, but when I say that, I mean the people, they are gonna get wiped out. Anyone on the land in the land of Israel, man, the nukes are coming for them too, man. And then the first job that the elites that hide in these bunkers are gonna have is to bury them bodies, man. We're gonna literally go back to Israel after the fire has quenched all of that wickedness out and taken that small hat evil out of the land, and literally inhabit the place in righteousness, man. It says, so, you know, the Lord's created a smith that bloweth the coal, but for us, verse 17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. You see, World War III is coming, 100%. It's prophesied in the Bible. These elites have written about it because they are the ones that are orchestrating it, order out of the chaos that they're bringing. There's a depopulation strategy. People are going to go out there and get churned out in that war. The small hats know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to destabilize Iran. And again, they're basically, like I said, a Western proxy in the East, establishing the Western order. Hence why as soon as that missile strike happened, Donald Trump came out and said, yep, America's going back Israel. There's going to be conscriptions. You're going to see these British nations getting ready to funnel more weaponry to Israel at your expense, and your taxes are going to pay for it. Man, prepare for ultimate serfdom, prepare for slavery, prepare for war. These small hats, man, are going to lead everyone into World War III, man. These good, kind Jays, yeah, the so-called people of the Lord, even though King David is nowhere to be found and there ain't no peace on the earth, right? Anyway, I've got to get to the plantation. So the next time, Shalom.